These choices are going to be about the tense of the verb, and so we are kind of maybe need to think about sentence structure, but honestly, this probably is when we're just going to have to hear what's going on. Let's see what we can get from the sentences here. It's one long sentence, lots of interruptions. Working from an earlier discovery of Charpentier's, chemists Emmanuel Carpentier and Jennifer Doudna, winners of the 2020 Nobel Prize in Chemistry, recreated and then reprogrammed the so-called genetic scissors of a species of DNA-cleaving bacteria to forge a tool that is revolutionizing the field of gene technology. Ugh, my gosh, what a sentence. Okay, here's how you have to handle this. Let's cut out all the extra stuff. So where do I see extra? Definitely the beginning part. That ing tells me it's extra. So that part is extra there. And then this part in the double dash is also extra. So I'm trying to get to the heart of it. These chemists, their names, don't get caught up in the name. So these chemists recreated and then reprogrammed the so-called genetic scissors of a species of DNA cleaving bacteria. Yeah, this is tricky. It's not going to be C, forged a tool. That doesn't make sense. And forging doesn't make sense because there's no first part of this, right? So look at the part that's in green. There's no ing words there. So that would be and forging if we had some sort of like repetition, like a list. So recreated and then reprogrammed the so-called genetic scissors of a species of DNA cleaving bacteria, forging a tool that is... I think the answer is A here, but I'm having trouble understanding why B is wrong. Let me just read this out loud. So these chemists recreated and then reprogrammed the scissors of a species to forge a tool that is revolutionizing the field of gene technology. Okay, that sounds fine, right? They did this to do that is kind of the structure of this sentence. But I'm not really sure why B wouldn't work. These chemists recreated and then reprogrammed the genetic scissors, forging a tool that is revolutionizing the field. Yeah, I guess it's just better to be, I know why. See, it sounds fine. This is tricky. This would be fine if there were a comma before forging. So this is about sentence structure in a way. In order to attach, if we wanted to use the word forging, that would make that second part kind of into its own independent clause, which then I could also highlight in pink like I did those other parts. But in order to do that, just like with any extra clause, you need a comma to show that you're attaching something, that you're shifting the structure of the sentence. So I don't have that here, and so that doesn't work. So that forces me to do A, which in a way is still kind of an extra thing, but the fact that it's to forge allows me to continue the thought. It's kind of like a double verb here. They recreated and reprogrammed to forge a tool, right? So you got to cut some of the adjectives out sometimes to understand what's happening. But if I wanted to do that, there would be no punctuation necessary. So ultimately, between A and B, we could have kind of written the sentence in either direction. And maybe there is still some other reason I'm missing that makes A better. But as far as the choice, it's kind of made for us because there's no punctuation there after bacteria, right? We'd be looking for a comma there. So it's very sneaky, very sneaky. I didn't really understand where this was going at first. It took me a little bit, but that's okay. This is why, when you cross things out on the test, or remember you have that ability to use this button to cross things out. It lets you narrow your focus to a couple choices. And then remember also that, a lot of questions on the SAT grammar portion are testing punctuation. So you have to think about those things. Even when it's not appearing in the choices, it might be the reason why one choice is right versus wrong.